Hi there, I am Dr. LaQuita J, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about all things in between being and becoming a pharmacist. How you doing? You all right? So today I want to jump in because I recently had a conversation with a friend, right? And the conversation, she mentioned about how she couldn't execute her goals because because she didn't know herself enough to execute them. And I was like, how it was hard for me to believe that because I think I only think about that particular way of myself if it's something like personal, like dating or something like dating is one of those things that I believe that you can it's not that you can't, but my personal belief is that when it comes to dating, sometimes it's more so of how can I expect someone else to love me if I don't love myself, kind of thing. So I was just kind of behooved, for lack of a better word, that she felt that way about reaching her goals. So it made me think about some things, right? I always say, like, I never want to push judgment against somebody. I want to think about for myself, and I had to think about it, and it was me in a sense. Like, you don't push forward your goals because you don't like who, but what you see. So, quick backstory: in 2020, my mother died, right? And not only like did she die, how she died, all that, it was also the not so kind things that happened after her death. But those things put me into survival mode. It put me into a place where it put me in a wealth of functional depression. And I just wasn't happy with, I'm just like, my biggest cheerleader's gone. How do I live this life without her? What happened? And again, I began to cope with different mechanisms. One of the mechanisms was food. And of course, with food became weight gain. And being that I'm a Naplex Success Strategist, and one of the ways I do market is online. But it became to the point of I had gained so much weight. I didn't like who I saw in the mirror. So it's like, if I don't like who I see in the mirror, how I'm going to show up for anybody else? How I'm going to show up on social media? I don't like who I see. There's always then the thoughts that came of the negative things I was saying to myself. They're not enough. So I'm not pretty enough. There's too much weight. Who will like me? Look how big your face is. Oh my God. It's like just a whole turmoil of just things and stuff. But it was my truth, right? I was in a very dark place, and it was also a catalyst to what I used. Of course, the death of my mom was a catalyst. I was like, okay, now it's finally time to go to therapy. And in going to therapy, I became introduced to this technique that I want to introduce to you today. It's called creative visualization. And creative visualization, by definition, according to Better Health, I'm going to look down and read this, okay? Creative visualization is generally a specific way of using your imagination. It's a cognitive process that usually consists of forming vivid mental images. Simply put, all this, simply put, it's a process that can replace our negative beliefs with our positive beliefs, right? So, just like as with words, replacing negative words with positive words instead of words, we're seeing images. So today I want to introduce you to this technique, and it has really helped me Because if I'm very honest, it was a struggle to get online and do this today. It was a struggle to record this video. I had this great idea of, creating this series, but in the creating the actual series it created anxiousness and anxiety for me. And I was like, oh shoot, LaQuita, you said you're gonna do this, and your team is expecting you to do it, but I wanted to retreat. So I would say to you, do it anyway. But not necessarily do it anyway. It was hard recording today. It was like I just had it. But then I digress. It was hard. But one thing I started to do is I try to have a habit of how I want to see and speak over myself. So I was like, let's visualize, and I've challenged myself to do this at least once a day. It started with a minute, it may be 3, but I feel like the more stressed I am, the more I want to just make sure I do it. So here is creative visualization. You find a place. First thing you want to do is, I would say this is how you conduct creative visualization. The first thing you want to do is find a place. Find a place where that is quiet, a place that's safe for you, where you can sit or lie down, where you can just escape if you can. Just a place where you can have an uninterrupted period of time. You may want a place where sometimes you want to set the atmosphere. Some people like to have candles. I typically always have a candle lit or incense. I just like the aroma of different things. You may want to put on relaxing music, or you just may be like, hey, I just only got a few minutes. I just want to do it in my car. You surely can. By all means, do what works best for you, just as long as it helps you to relax and release. And once you find your spot, you want to take a moment to do deep belly breaths. Deep belly breaths are basically when you inhale. Most people inhale with their chest, but you're going to do a belly breath. In a belly breath, you're going to simply just inhale with your, you inhale, but you're blowing your belly up like a balloon. So inhale, blowing your belly up like a balloon, and you exhale and you inflating the balloon. So I try to do like 1 to 3 deep belly breaths to get my mind prepared what I'm going to do. And the second thing you're going to do is just simply close your eyes and truly visualize your true self. Now you can do this depending on your time, how long, however you wish, honestly. But I always say start now. Let's try a minute or 3. 1 to 3 minutes are good timing to do this. So you got to take a breath. You inhale. You inhale, you exhale, you close your eyes, and you visualize your true self. Look deep down inside of you. Who are you? What do you see? Do you see yourself as strong, beautiful, the vital creation of God? Are you glowing? Do you feel love, happiness, the joy? Do you see the light? It's becoming brighter. This is the time to only think positive. Only positive things. Who you are. Just push aside any negative thoughts. I don't care what you did. Who hurt you? We're putting it to the side. We're simply making it time for us to think, feel, and pour into us. We're giving ourselves that grace. We're being kind and gentle to ourselves. And that's all you do. Then you do it for 1 minute or 2, and you just stay there. And you begin to reflect on those questions, and you ask yourself those things. Just taking time to really focus on you. And what it does is helps you to create a physical reality. It helps you to see the picture of you, of who you are. So take a moment. If you want to pause this video, pause it and just do it right then. Take a moment and say, hey, I want to do this. Like, what do I feel like? And just all positive things of you. You are beautiful. You are loved. You are kind. You are needed in this world. You are more than your situation. You are more than your environment. You are more than what that person said about you. You do more than the average person. You woke yourself up this way. You didn't wake yourself up this morning, but you got up this morning. You got out your bed. You brush your teeth. You comb your hair. You okay. You're doing all right. Take this moment, this minute, or 3. So just visualize you being your highest self. You being loved on the way you need to be loved on. You just being. Take some time with this exercise. Make it a true effort, a true effort to do this at least once a day. Set a time, whether it be morning, noon. Sometimes, you want to build consistency, but sometimes you just can't. But as long as you try it once a day, just 1 minute a day. How many minutes in a day? Just try for 1 minute out of the day. And at the same time, you want to begin. You're going to do positive self-talk. We're going to let go of that negative self-talk while you're doing this. Praise yourself. Encourage yourself. Believe in yourself. Build yourself up with kind, positive words and thoughts. As I said it before, and I'll say it many times, this is the year for soaring. Soar in 2024. We are getting out our own way. We are receiving the tools and resources to help us live our desired life. Get your copy of the Soar in 2024 guide. Because the true key to creative visualization is to stay consistent with the practice. It's so necessary for you to do it daily. The goal is to prevent negative thoughts from entering your subconscious mind while limited ones are already present. Until next time, remember, pharmacy is unlimited. If you are, now go be great.